Good morning and God bless you. It's good to see you. Let's sit down and have some coffee, look at a little scripture. Today I'd like to read to you from Matthew 26, verses 59 through 68. The chief priests and the whole of the Sanhedrin were looking for false evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death. But they did not find any, though many false witnesses came forward. Finally, two came forward and declared, "This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days." Then the high priest stood up and said to Jesus, "Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony that these men are bringing against you?" But Jesus remained silent. The high priest said to him, "I charge you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." "You have said so," Jesus replied. "But I say to all of you, from now on you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need any more witnesses? Look, now you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think? Is he worthy of death?" They answered. Then they spit in his face and struck him with fists. Others slapped him and said, "Prophesy to us, Messiah. Who hit you?" Have you ever been trapped in a situation where there's just no good alternative? You may be falsely accused of something. Jesus faced that as he stood trial before the chief priests. They were determined to do away with him by any means, even resorting to false witnesses. The situation was so distorted and malicious that there was no good response. So Jesus remained silent. And as their anger intensified, the high priest, and he was known as Caiaphas, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, pressed Jesus to speaking when he said to Jesus, "I charge you under oath by the living God." And now that was a law back then that you had to speak. "Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus finally rewarded him by giving the very response he expected and wanted, a claim to be Christ, the Son of God, which then allowed them to impose their prearranged verdict. They already knew what they were going to say, what they were going to judge him. Some situations just cannot be salvaged. There's no way out, and the worst happens. But like Jesus, however, we as believers can take hope that even in those moments, God remains in control. Ultimately, he will see that justice is done. May God's light shine upon you, my friends, and you stay frosty out there.